Dear students, in this video we shall discuss a test paper related to class 6, 7 and 8. The first question is study the words in the box given below and separate them into countable and uncountable nouns. Now what are countable nouns? Those nouns which we can count. What are uncountable nouns? Those nouns which we cannot count. Now the first one is generosity. Now can you uh, count generosity? It is a trait, it is a characteristic. So this cannot be counted. So this is your uncountable noun. Similarly, check. Check can be counted. How many checks have been handed out to you can be checked. Next is vitality. Vitality means being high on energy. Now this also cannot be counted. So this is uncountable noun. Next is freedom. Freedom is also something which you cannot count. So this is also uncountable now. Now the remaining things are done for you. Please check the answers after attempting to do it on your own. Next, change the gender of the nouns in the following sentences. Make other changes if necessary. Now what do we have to do here? We have to change the gender. Gender means we have to change feminine to masculine and masculine to feminine and the corresponding nouns of pronouns too. So change the gender of the nouns. Nouns are of two types of genders. Basically, they are feminine gender and masculine gender. So here the lioness defended her cubs. So here we have to change lioness, we have to change cubs, and we have to change her over here. Okay. So what will this become? This will become the lioness defended her cubs becomes the lion defended his cubs. Okay. The lion defended his cubs. He owns 5 horses and 2 bulls. So he has to be changed. Horses have to be changed and bulls have to be changed to the opposite gender. He becomes she, horses becomes mares, and bulls become cows. So this is your answer. Next. Third, the woman works hard to provide a good education to her 2 daughters. The woman becomes man and to her 2 daughters becomes to his 2 sons. Okay. The man works hard to provide a good education to his 2 sons. Next, the sons rebelled against their father. The sons rebelled against their father. That means over here we have to change sons to daughters, father to mother. Okay. Next, the Duke is an intelligent young man. Duke has to be changed to Duchess, and man has to be changed to woman. This is how you will change the gender, students. Next, fill in the blanks with suitable demonstrative pronouns. Now, demonstrative pronouns are of 4 kinds: this, that, these, and those, which help us to point out whether the thing is near or close. This is my book, that is yours. So, this is my book. Why? Because this book is near me and I can say that this is my book. That is yours because that is further away from me. I am talking. I am saying that the book which is closer to me is mine and the book which is further away is yours. So that is yours. This is my book. That is yours. They are, these are sweet grapes. They are sour. Why are we writing these? T H E S E, because it is followed by the plural verb are and grapes, which is a plural noun. These are sweet grapes, they are sour. They are sour. Okay. Why they? Because plural grapes. Okay. Now this is my book, that is yours. Next, dash are the poems that I like most. These are the poems that I like most. Why these? Because poems is plural. Therefore, you will use these. Both shirts are good, but this is better than that. Now I am talking about a few shirts, two shirts to be specific. Both shirts are good. Okay, both means one and two, two shirts are there. Okay, so I am saying this shirt is better than that. I'm pointing out to one which is closer to me and saying that this shirt is better than that which is further away from me. Dash is my father's office. Now, if the office is closer to us, then I will write this, or if it is further away from us, I will write that. So, depends. This is my father's office, or that is my father's office. Dash are my kites, dash are yours. These are my kites, THESE, these are my kites. Those are yours. Okay, when I'm pointing to kites further away from us, I will write those and point out to something which is at a distance. And to point out to something which is close, I will write these. Next, fill in the blanks with the correct word from the brackets. What are you reading these days? Okay, dash apples are really delicious. Now, because apples is plural, so we will use these. These apples are really delicious. This or that call is for an investigation. This call is for an investigation. That or these book is more interesting. Book is singular, therefore that book is more interesting. These will be used only when it would have been these books. Okay, next. Dash this this or these girls are very talkative because girls is plural, therefore these girls are very talkative is the correct answer. Underline the direct object and circle the indirect object. Now, what do you understand by direct object and indirect object? The noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb. Okay, object receives the action of the verb which is done by the subject in the sentence. What is a sentence? About whom we are talking about in the sentence, who does the action. So, there will be some object on which the subject performs the action. That is called the object. Now, objects may be of two kinds, direct object and your indirect object. Now, direct object is the noun or the pronoun that receives the action of the verb. An indirect object is the noun or the pronoun that indirectly receives the action of the verb, usually indicating to whom or for whom the action is done. Has your boss sent you a notice about the next convention? Now, direct object is notice. Now, who is the subject over here? Boss is the subject. What is he doing? What action is he doing? He is doing the action of sending a notice. What has he sent? The verb is subject is boss, verb is sent. Now, what is he? The action has to be done on a particular object. So, what is he doing? He is sending a notice. So, notice becomes your direct object. Okay. Now, at whom is he sending it to? The person who receives the action. He has sent it to you. So, you becomes the indirect object. Always remember, students, that direct object is always something. Okay. And your indirect object is always a person. If you remember these, it becomes very easy to identify your direct and indirect object. Okay. Next, our father built the family a redwood picnic table. Now, who is the subject? Subject is the father. What is he doing? What is the verb here? Built. Okay. Now, what did he build? That will be the direct object. So, he built a redwood picnic table. So this is your direct object. Now, for whom did he build it? The family. So family becomes your indirect object. Like I told you, direct object is a thing and indirect object is a person. The doctor sent me a bill for his services. Who is the subject here? Doctor. What is he doing? Sent. He is the verb is sent. Okay. So subject is doctor verb is sent. Okay, now he sent me a bill. What did he send? What is the object that he has sent? He has sent a bill. Okay, so direct object becomes bill. And whom did he send it to? He sent it to me. So me becomes the indirect object. Okay. We gave my mother a book for her birthday. We subject verb gave. Okay. What did we give? We gave a book. So direct object is a book. Whom did we give? My mother. So my mother becomes the indirect object. Jack sent Aunt Paula a bouquet of flowers. Jack is a subject. He is doing some action of sending. Okay, what did he send? He sent a bouquet of flowers. So this becomes your thing, and this is your direct object. And whom did he send it to? Aunt Paula. Okay, Aunt Paula becomes your indirect object because thing is your direct object, person is your indirect object. Next, the old sailor told some children his amazing story. Old sailor, subject about whom we are talking. Action done is telling a story. Now, what did he say? An amazing story. So, this becomes your direct object. Whom did he say it to? Some children. So, this is how you will identify whom and what. Okay. When it is asking whom, then it becomes your indirect object. Okay. And when it becomes what, it becomes your direct object. This is how you will remember your direct object and indirect object. Let us do F. Find the second part of each sentence. Convert each verb into the simple past or the past continuous tense. Past continuous tense means when the verb is added with ing after it, then it becomes in the continuous tense. Then we have to rewrite the sentences. So column A has a few sentences, column B has a few sentences. We have to see which part of column B, when joined with a sentence from column A, makes a meaningful sentence. After that, we have to change the verbs in the column A and B into the simple past or the past continuous tense and then rewrite the whole sentence again. So the first one, Victoria have a beautiful dream. Now, out of these options, what do you think when she is dreaming? That means she is sleeping. So that sleeping action can be related to getting up when the alarm clock rings. Okay, so 1A and C are somehow related. Okay, so how will you write? Victoria was having, have becomes having. That means it was in the past and it was a continuous action. So was having, have we add ing to have, it becomes was having a beautiful dream when the alarm clock rang. Ring becomes rang. Here over here, ring becomes rang. Okay, so now we have a meaningful sentence. That means Victoria was having a beautiful dream when the alarm clock rang. Next, when Anu heard the question, now, if there is a question, definitely something must be related with it, like some answer. So search over here, where is an option with answer in it. So we have the option number E, G, tell. Now, how are we understanding that this will only be the answer? Because Anu is a female, okay? Anu is a female, feminine gender, and the pronoun which we are using over here for her is she. So here, two things are telling that to and E are the matching sentences. When Anu hear the question, one is Anu is the feminine gender and the pronoun used for her is she, and question is related to answer. When Anu hear the question, she tell the answer immediately. Okay, but now we have to see how to change the verbs in the given sentence. What are the verbs over here? Hear and over here tell. Okay, here is one of the verb over here in the first part of the sentence, and in the second part it is tell. So how will you change the verbs? You will write, when Anu heard the question, she told the answer immediately. Now these are both, what are they? They are irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are those verbs which do not follow ed added to the main verb to change them to the past tense. They totally change in spelling. Now, in my channel's playlist under English grammar worksheets and concepts, there is a video related to irregular verbs. I will link the video over here. Please go through it for better understanding. Now, the third part, the train wait. Okay, now train. What can be related to? Can from the options read all the options properly. Now, train is always at the station. Okay, so this would be the option. The train waited when we arrived at the station. So the train was waiting. Okay, now this is a past continuous tense. The train was waiting when we arrived at the station. Next, I read a library book. Now, while reading a library book, I found a 100 rupees note and it is the correct match for this sentence. Okay, so I was reading a library book when I found was reading and I found a 100 rupees note in it. This is how the verbs change. Okay, Sonali have a bath when she heard the doorbell ring. Okay, Sonali have a bath when she heard the bell ring. These two are the correct matches. Okay, so Sonali was having a bath when she heard the bell ring. What will be the correct option? Sonali was having a bath when she heard the bell ring. So this changes to was having and heard. This is also your irregular verb. Okay, now when the doors open, okay, when the doors open, what could be the correct match? The crowd rushed in. This is the correct match for 6. Okay, so when the doors were opened, the crowd rushed in. Were opened is the change which is occurring here, and the crowd rush in becomes rushed in. Okay, this is a regular verb. What is a regular verb? Which takes ed after it. Okay, rush is the main verb. After that, we added ed. So, this is a regular verb. Okay, now when the campers arrive, when the campers awake, they see that the sun shines. Now, when you go camping, you stay in a tent. When you look out of the tent, you in the morning you see that the sun is shining. So, when the campers awake is one of the verbs, and see is the other verb, and shine is the other verb. So, we have three verbs over here. Now, we have to change them to the past tense. So, when the campers awoke, awake becomes awoke. They saw, see becomes saw that the sun was shining. Okay, shine becomes was shining. So this is how you will approach this. Okay, next we will go over to the other. Fill in the blanks with a simple past or past perfect form of the verbs given in the brackets. You have to either fill it in the simple past or past perfect form of the verbs given in the brackets. Now see, the plane dashed when we reached the airport. Land. Now students, what is happening over here? How will you know whether you have to add the simple past or the past perfect form? Past perfect form is used when there are two actions. One is the plane is landing. Second is we are reaching the airport. These are the two actions. Now, in these kinds of sentences where there are two actions happening, one after the other or before the other, then we use the past perfect form. And in past perfect form, we use the word had. So the plane had landed when we reached the airport. So you will use the past perfect form over here. The plane had landed. Okay. Next, Ramesh dash when I phoned him. Ramesh was sleeping when I phoned him. Okay, we are using the past continuous tense. Was sleeping when I phoned him. Now, had he sold his old car before he dash a new one? Now, buy becomes bought. This is in simple past, which changes to your irregular verb buy from bought. Okay. Had he sold his old car before he bought a new one is a questioning sentence. Okay. So this by becoming your bought is this bought is an irregular verb form of by where the spelling changes. The children had slept before I came home. Before I came home, the children had slept before I came home. I dash all the rooms before I left for school. I had locked. Okay, there are two actions happening, one before the other. Before I left for school, I had locked all the rooms. So I had locked all the rooms before I left for school. He got the first promotion after he had worked for 10 years. See, one action is he got the first promotion, but this is a action following his working for 10 years. So after he had worked for 10 years, he got the first promotion. She took rest after all the guests departed. When did she take rest? This one action is happening only after all the guests had departed. So, one action following the completion of another action is when we use the past perfect tense. He agreed to lend her the money after he had listened to her story. So, this agreeing of lending the money is happening only after the occurrence of his listening to her story. So we are using the past perfect tense of listen. That means he had listened to her story. This is how you will analyze the sentences. He agreed to lend her the money after he had listened to her story. So students, with this we come to the end of your test paper 2 also. Any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Please go through the worksheets which are there in my channel's playlist for better understanding of English grammar. Thank you students and all the best.